Hello, this is Mark Sabatella from Outside Shore Music. In this video, I want to talk about how musicians, composers, or singers who are kind of improvising their own parts in a style of counterpoint known as organum. This is kind of a medieval technique, and there's a bunch of varieties of organum, and I'm not the expert on this topic, but I know a few things, and one of the things that I know is that sometimes a way you come up with a harmony part is just have the exact same melody a fifth below. So for instance, if your melody is, you might want to have below it. Except if I actually do this, now that's parallel fifths, right? And in Renaissance and later music, we wouldn't do that. But in the Middle Ages, this is fine. So far, so good. But then we get to this tritone between the B and the F. And even in the Middle Ages, they were like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. So what could you do to get rid of that, given that mostly we just dealt with these 7 diatonic pitches, the so-called white keys on the piano, not that there were pianos then? Well, one of the things you do is just say, well, I'm going to play a B flat just for there. We're not changing keys or anything. We're just introducing a B flat where necessary to avoid the tritone. So we might let our original melody have its B natural, but let the melody below have the B flat, and now we've got a perfect fifth instead of a tritone. That's one technique. The other technique is to use what's called oblique motion, where the voice that was going to have the B, just give it another C, or another A for that matter. So if you did that, that would work. It would get rid of the tritone, or could, duplicate the A instead of duplicating the C. My modern ears tell me duplicating the C is better because it gives me a stronger motion into the last chord, but that's my 21st century ears. Who knows what they might have thought in the 12th century or whenever. Anyhow, these are some things that even when you're not really dealing with complex modern, I'm thinking of Renaissance as modern in these terms, modern polyphony, and you're using organum to create very, very, very simple counterpoint, just kind of a parallel motion in this case. Those are a couple simple things you can do to avoid tritones. By the way, that B flat that we introduced, this is called ficta, musica ficta, means false music. Basically, a note that's not one of the normal ones you sing, but if you sing it that way, you avoid the tritone, so it's an honorary note for this purpose, and that is definitely one of the reasons why people would use ficta, is to avoid tritones.